Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you are all well. Guess what? This is video 3. Video 3 of 3. Have you seen 2? If you haven't, then perhaps after this... No, not perhaps. Definitely after this one, go check out the other 2. We talk about Alex Murdoch. We talk about the Idaho 6. That's right, the Idaho 6 and why it weren't so. You're amazing. You look amazing. You are amazing, by the way. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Someone's got to tell you, haven't they? Someone's got to tell you, and if it's left to me, so be it. I'm doing it. But let's get into it. Karen Read. Some of you will be familiar with the case. Some of you won't. Karen Read is the woman who was accused of backing over or into her cop husband and leaving him dying outside in the snow. But some people feel that's not exactly what happened, and that it has been pushed that potentially he was actually beaten while he was at a house with several other police officers, and then he was furthermore attacked by the family dog, taken outside and left to die outside. And she is in fact a scapegoat. She is someone who has been framed. And I know that some people don't like it when we talk about cops framing people. They believe that it doesn't happen, it never happens. What are you talking about? Conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat wearing motherfucker. But let's get into it. Let's look at this report. Stop barking at me, dog. The dog is barking at me. Yes, you can indeed hear. That is the little one. Yes, we do have the other one as well. But the other one would not only bark at me, but it would attack me, and it would attack everything around me if I was ignoring her. So she is not in here while I record. But anyway, I digress. So we get into it. So this is talking about Karen Read. This is Boston.com. And it's saying Karen Read timeline. What court docs attorney statements reveal about the federal probe into her case? Federal probe, I hear you say. Probe. What a word. Let me get this down here. While details about the investigation scope remain scant, court documents and attorneys' comments reveal further information about the federal inquiry into Read's case. Did you know there was an inquiry, a federal one, but into the case? Did you know? Let me know down below if you did. Months before, authorities' unsealed letters confirmed the existence of a federal probe into the murder case against Karen Read. I hope they don't keep saying probe. A word that makes me think of stuff. The defendant herself allegedly leaked information about the investigation to Turtle Boy blogger Aidan Kearney, according to new court documents. Using her college friend as an intermediary, Read sent Kearney information regarding the federal investigation in real time beginning in April, according to a search warrant application filed in Norfolk Superior Court last month. Read would allegedly text her college friend on the encrypted message app Signal, and the friend would copy and paste the message or forward a screenshot to Kearney. Investigators say those tips were just a fraction of the non-public information that flowed between Read and Kearney as the Mansfield woman's case inched closer to trial. Prosecutors allege that after a night out with friends, a 43-year-old backed her SUV into her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, and left him to die outside a home in Canton on January 29, 2022. But Read's lawyers have alleged a cover-up, offering a theory that O'Keefe was beaten inside the home and attacked by the family's dog. There was injuries that would go on to support this theory. Kearney, for this part, facing a slew of charges after he was accused of intimidating witnesses in Read's case. While details about the scope and purpose of the federal investigation remain scant, court documents, news reports, and attorney statements reveal further information about how word spread of the inquiry into Read's case. Here's an abridged timeline. So, April 12, 2023, Read's defense team files a motion in Norfolk Superior Court saying they uncovered new evidence that will clear her name. They claim that hours before O'Keefe's body was found outside fellow Boston police officer Brian Albert's home, Albert's sister-in-law, Jennifer McCabe, made a Google search at 2:27 a.m. for Hoss Long to die in cold. Prosecutors dispute that timestamp, but the revelation kickstarts widespread internet and speculation in Read's case. April 13th, while texting about the case with a friend of Kearney's, Read's college friend sends a message saying the feds are involved and describes how people connected to the case are going down. April 18th, Kearney publishes the first article in his series on Reed's case, Kenton Cover-Up Part 1. Corrupt state trooper helps Boston cop cover up murder of fellow officer, frame innocent girlfriend. April 20th, Kearney publishes an article about the federal grand jury investigation titled Multiple Witnesses in Home Where John O'Keefe Was Killed, subpoenaed by federal grand jury. SBI visits home's basement floor reportedly replaced. In the article, he writes, breaking news, according to reliable sources close to the matter, a federal grand jury has subpoenaed multiple witnesses who were in the home of Boston police officer Brian Albert on the night fellow Boston Police Department officer John O'Keefe was killed. April 23rd. Reed's college friend texts Kearney about an investigation conducted by the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Massachusetts. The friend writes, not public, the feds have been involved longer than anyone is likely guessing. April 23rd. Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey's office learns that witnesses in Reed's case have received subpoenas to appear before a federal grand jury. Soon after then, First Assistant U.S. Attorney Joshua Levy contacts DA's office to suggest that federal prosecutors are conducting an investigation that may involve several witnesses in Reed's case. 28th. Reed's college friend has the following text exchange with Kearney. Friend, I don't understand why he doesn't mention more than the facts are involved. The first assistant U.S. attorney, they don't shoot and miss. They have a case. Way more evidence that we do. I know this for a fact. Jen McCabe testifies this coming week. I'm not sure about the others. Kearney, has there been any new information about the FBI investigation and handing out subpoenas? The friend. No new info, just that they are already present, the case to the grand jury as we speak. And the DA's office has been informed. That is confirmed 100%. May 3rd, Reed is back in Norfolk Superior Court for a hearing. Addressing the court, defense attorney Alan Jackson states it's been reported that the federal authorities have now gotten involved in the circumstances surrounding this case and have empaneled a grand jury, a federal grand jury, to investigate some of these circumstances. But Karen Reed should not have to wait for the feds to figure out which heads should roll. In a July motion, fellow defense attorney David Yannetti clarifies that Jackson's statement was not to the defense revealing publicly that a federal grand jury had been impaneled, something about which the defense team would have no knowledge. Instead, as Attorney Jackson stated, this was Ms. Reed's counsel reiterating what had already been publicly reported. After Kearney mentions a rumor that 20 FBI agents were seen in Canton, for possible arrest, Reed's college friend replies in part, not public. Levy confirmed no swarms of FBI were in Canton 2 days ago. The college friend also sends a follow-up message, no rush, but you can tell him Josh Levy is the first assistant. There's only one first assistant and he doesn't typically prosecute. Like, he never prosecutes. He just delegates to the assistants within the divisions, but he's running this grand jury. Up to 18th of May. Morrissey asked the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Professional Responsibility to look into federal prosecutors' investigation into the Reed case and requests that the probe be transferred to another office without history of conflict, bias, and abuse of prosecutorial discretion. He cites past conflicts with then U.S. Attorney Rachel Rowlands, who formally resigns on May 19th after a federal watchdog determined she abused her power, and a federal prosecutor whose wife was once an attorney in the DA's office. August 3rd, Jay Macklin, General Counsel for the Executive Office for United States Attorneys, tells the DA's office that federal officials see no basis for recusing the Massachusetts U.S. Attorney's Office from the investigation into Reed's case. 5th December. Boston 25 News reports that the U.S. Attorney's Office is conducting an inquiry into Reed's arrest and prosecution, citing Morrissey's then sealed May 18th letter to the Department of Justice. December. Investigations speak with Kearney's former girlfriend, who accuses him of assaulting her after she received a subpoena to appear before a grand jury in connection with his witness intimidation case. She says Kearney told her Reed's lawyers were working with U.S. Attorney's Office, specifically Levy, who is now acting U.S. Attorney. The woman also states that federal law enforcement had interviewed Reed. January 18th this year now, we're coming up to present time. During a hearing in Norfolk Superior Court, Yannetti suggests federal authorities may soon release information from their investigation to attorneys in Reed's case. He also alleges that letters between the DA's office and federal officials paint Morrissey as the investigation's target, a claim the U.S. Attorney Office denies. In connection with this matter, in no time has the U.S. Attorney's Office named any person or entity as a target of an investigation to anyone, the office says in response. 22nd of January, a state judge unsealed several letters between the DA's office and federal authorities concerning Reed's case. The letters confirm the existence of a federal inquiry, though they do not specify the investigation's focus. In a statement the following day, Morrissey's office asserts that federal interference in an open murder case is highly unusual, if not unprecedented. And that brings us to present time. So, is she innocent? Is she guilty? Is there a cover-up? Is there indeed a federal investigation into this case? Did Karen Reed simply go out with friends, get drunk, and unknowingly, unwillingly, accidentally, who knows, hit her partner and leave him to die in the snow, in the ice? Who knows? I find that highly unlikely, purely... Look, why I find it highly unlikely is because the setup of the house is in a cul-de-sac. It was snowy. Could she have even got the speed up to do it? They're trying to say that this was during a maneuver and she backed, so would she have been able to get up enough pace in a reversing maneuver under those circumstances to cause the death and the injuries that we saw on her partner? I just don't see it. But again, are we just conspiracy theorists for thinking there could be something more? Let me know down below. Karen Reed, innocent or guilty as charged? And I shall catch you all tomorrow.